Hi everybody, Dizzy Crafter here with a kind of art style type of haul this time. It's a bit different to what I'd normally get because I don't really do much art, but I've recently signed up to my local college for a creative crafts course. Now when I've signed up for it and I've gone for my first lesson this week, I actually thought it'd be like making cards or wreaths or something along those lines, but it turns out it was actually more along the art style of things, so I didn't really have any supplies for that. So she did say on the first lesson that we needed a book, a sketchbook as such, and so that's why I thought, right, I shall nip to Hobbycraft and I shall get a few supplies, and then after the class I ended up going over to the range. So the first thing I did get was the said sketchbook, and I got this, and it's a C. White of Brighton sketchbook, and it's A4 and it's got 160 GSM pages and it's got 150 pages in here, and you can use it for all media, acid-free cartridge paper, and it does feel a really nice weighty like paper, almost card-like. And the reason I went with the ring bound is because it's going to be filled up and it's going to be quite rammed, and I wanted to be able to work on each paper and it not have interference and me having to push it down and stuff like that. I also have got to stick lots of things in here. They did have a similar book, but it was all in black, and it was the same price, and I think this was £9, and it was the exact same price, but it was 10 GSM lighter paper. So I thought, well, I'll go with the brown, and I'll actually think I might just decorate this up for the class itself rather than keeping it this brown look. So that was the first thing I purchased. And when we was in class, we had to do some colour wheels and we had to paint them up, and we had to mix different colours using the primary colours to make secondary colours, and then the third colours, which I can't say. I try to say this word but I just cannot say it, but hopefully you all know what I mean. So because I went to Hobbycraft in my dinner hour, that's where I picked up the paints, and I picked up these acrylic paints, and these was actually on offer for 3 for 2. I'm not too sure. Oh, it does have colours here, so it says we've got it in a medium red, primary yellow, a titanium white, Mars black, leaf green and Sicilian blue. And like I said, they was on offer for 3 for 2, and whilst in class we was using like trays like this to use the palette, so I thought, well, I'm just going to stick with that, what we're learning with, just to make things easier. And this was only £1 or so, it wasn't expensive, and at least then I know that that is all to do with my college course. But like I say, after the course had finished, my partner picked me up and he nipped me over to the range, and then they actually had these on offer for £3.99, which was a bit disappointing because like these was like £2.30 each. Obviously it was 3 for 2, so I did get 2 of those absolutely free, but it still would have worked out cheaper to get this. But I thought, well, I'll get it because if it is the same consistency and I feel like I'm getting the same results with this, I mean as well, if I need any more, continue buying the cheaper one, because like I say, I've got all 5 colours there for £3.99. And the other reason I picked up this green, because obviously you got to mix your own green, was because it was on a 3 for 2. Now I think about it, I probably should have picked up a white or a black, but it doesn't really matter. And then I also got some of these paint brushes, which I shall just try and open for you. And I am actually going to keep them in these tubes as long as I can, because it'll tell me what these brushes are for, because I'm not that well up on art supplies and stuff. I don't know what brush is really meant to be for what, so this will really help. And this comes with, you can see, with 10 brushes, and I shall show you them. So this one, I don't know if there's any names on them. So this one we've got, I'll pop it down there so we can get it focused. So we've got a number 2, and it's like a miniature fan brush. Then we've got a number 6. Then we've got a number 8. Then we've got a number 2. And we've got a 3/4 brush. And then we've got a 0, and it's saying this it's round. That's what the name of it's called. I didn't realise they all had these names on. Then we've got a 3/4 in oval wash. So I wonder what that 3/4 one was. Right, this is a flat wash. Then we've got a 4 in a round. And then we've got a 10 in a flat shader. And then the last one is a flat shader in number 4. So there was the watercolour brushes. And like I say, I'm going to keep them in this nice little storage container. Of course, I needed some acrylic brushes, so I know now to use these brushes with the acrylic paint. So again, I shall bob them open and show you what is in there. Again, you get 10 in these as well. So the first one is a 3/4 flat wash. A number 12 flat shader. A number 6 flat shader. A number 2 fan. And this one's a little bit wider than the watercolour one. And then we've got a number 4 in filbert. And then we've got a number 1 in liner. A number 6 round. A number 2 round. I mean, this one's looking a bit worse for wear, but hopefully I can put some shape and maybe trim those excess hairs that are like fibrous. Then we've got a 1/4 angle shader. And then the last one is a 4 in round. So that was the acrylic brushes. And then the last thing I got was this paint pot, which obviously can wash my brushes in there, and I can also store the brushes here as well. And this then kind of doubles up with a little tiny palette, which I thought was really cool as well. And this wasn't that expensive. I think it was £1.50 or £2 or something like that. So I know this was only like a little haul, guys, but I'm hoping this class will actually help me with more of my crafting side of things, although it is more art related, but it's all got to come in somewhere, I'm guessing. So yeah, so I'd like to say thanks very much for watching. I'd love it if you would please comment and subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and hopefully I shall see you in the next video. Bye.